What's going on, guys? Gamer Couple 2010 here, bringing you a new deck profile, TG Synchro build. It's a pretty fun build, and it's one of my favorite variants of the TG right now, because I've tried a lot. Like, I've tried Nordic, I've tried Stun, I've tried, never tried Heraldic Beast. I tried building it, but then I realized it's just too inconsistent. But here's, before you know, 2 TG Strikers, 3 Werewolves, 3 Rush Rhinos, 2 Cyber Magicians, 3 Junk Synchron, 2 Doppel Warriors, 2 Raikos, Lila, Trigodia, Dandelion, BLS, Reinforcement of the Army, Warrior Returning Live, Dark Hole, Mind Control, 2 enemy controllers, MST, Call the Haunted, 3 TGMI, Teacher Swap, their Pot of Avarice, a Reinforced Truth, TG Hyper Librarian, HTS, Nocturne Barkion, Armandus, Star Eater, Catister, Miss Bird, Black Rose Dragon, Underworld Fighter, Colossal Fighter, Junk Destroyer, Junk Gardener, TG Wonder Magician, and Scrap Dragon. Okay, so the TG engine is pretty much a really good engine to go with in this build, because you can search or you can synchro with their 2 tuners they have. Coincidentally, I like to open with TG Striker and Werewolf. If my opponent has back row, sync for Wonder Magician. Or use TG Striker and Rush Rhino when my graveyard is pretty much all set, and basically make sure my opponent don't activate any traps. Or use Wonder Magician combined with Rush Rhino to summon either Librarian or I'd say Cyber Magician. Yeah. I get those 2 cards mixed up, Wonder Magician and Cyber Magician, because they're got the Magician in the name. Junk Synchron, along with Doppel Warrior, a really good engine. Junk Synchro can bring back my TG Striker and Cyber Magician. I mean, their effects may be negated on the field, but when they activate in the graveyard, it doesn't matter. Raiko can be easily summoned and sync for a level 5 or anything. Raiko is good to get rid of problematic cards. I know it's slow because it's a flip effect, but it's also light, and mill is pretty important. Probably should use Card Trooper, but I prefer Raiko over Card Trooper, because he just destroys problematic cards like back row or cards that are really annoying to be on the field. Lila, good way to get rid of back row. I mean, combine her with Call the Haunted, you can destroy a back row card on your next turn or something. Or combine it with enemy controller, where you can just activate her effect again, because it just states she just can't be switched unless by an effect, and which her effect is to switch. It's a pretty funny play. 2 Trigodias is a level 10, and combine it with Cyber Magician, you can summon Star Eater, which is a really fun card to play, because summon can't be negated. So Solid Warning, Black Horn of Heaven, or even Lagia. I've actually ran into a Lagia spam deck. It was annoying, but I somehow was able to win. Dandelion, combine that with Call the Haunted, or get destroyed. It just needs to be sent to the graveyard, and you get 2 tokens unless your field's full. So tokens can be cloggy, so use with cautious, because sometimes your opponent can just make you deck out or something. BLS, I know I have a proxy right here, but BLS is a definite staple in this deck. I hope it doesn't get banned along with Dandelion next format. I mean, I can find replacements. It'll just make the deck a little less consistent. Because top decking the BLS, or even get it with Warrior Returning Alive, it's pretty funny play. Opponents get really salty. Especially, I bet they, every time they see BLS, at least when I see BLS, oh god, look who it is. Enemy controller, I originally had 2 Forbidden Lances, but Forbidden Lance it didn't really have much energy. I mean, it's good for decks that like to have back row or protect their monster. But I guess enemy controllers got some really good pluses going on. Like if you activate Raiko's effect and they like flip like cards like Skill Drain or Fiendish Chain, you can just chain it, take control of one of their monsters, and then whatnot. It's pretty funny to watch. MST, I don't know why people are citing MST now. I guess it's not exactly that great like it used to be. But to me, I think I need those MSTs because Vanity Emptiness is a card, and Dragons and a whole bunch of the top tier decks love to splash it in. I mean, it's the new Royal Oppression, and everybody has to use it. So pretty much, it's very balanced, but at the same time broken because there's so many loopholes to it. I remember seeing it in my comic collection. I sold it before the end of the format. Probably it's worth more than it was then. But I'm happy I got rid of it because it was just going to sit in my binder, and I used that money to get cool things. Call the Haunted. People prefer like Call the Haunted for just. I mean, I'll probably use Call the Haunted to get TG back from the graveyard and Chain Doppel Warrior. It's a really good in-turn card. Or when they try to hit it with MST and get Dandelion back, or Black Rose Dragon, because Black Rose Dragon is now a card everyone's using now. Reinforced Troop, I got 4 targets, so it's not exactly that dead. And I pretty much recycle TG Striker, so I can easily get a TG Striker to the river. Unless I draw all those TG Strikers after I use those creatures, the Pot of Avarice. Synchro, I do not run Shooting Quasar Dragon because, well, I don't have one, and the fact of the matter is that I'm not a fan of it. I mean, people love it, it's really good. I just want it's one of the best synchros out there. But I chose different ones. Armandi's, that's the new synchro just came out, really good. It's got a pretty good effect. It's a good way to get rid of those annoying flip effects. Even those like effects that happen when they get sent to the graveyard by battle, or hand traps. So if you're like versing Black Wings, they don't have a curse tag, you attack over, they can't use their Kalut, so they can't really plus off with their Shura. Star Eater, I wish Star Eater had the same effect as Armandi's. Of course, he'd probably be a more expensive card, but he has a similar effect. Like, I was playing a burn deck, and he attacked over, and next thing you know, boom. He used Scarecrow, and I still did damage, and because of that, I won. Cataster, Callus is like a little mini skill drain. Scrap Dragon, TG Wonder Magician. Junk Garden I really like. It's really easy to summon. It's level 6. Plus got 1400 attack, so Ball's Trapple will not get rid of it. Junk Garden, Colossal Fighter. Good way to deck out your opponent if they use Max C. Just keep using Colossal Fighter. Effect, and they'll just keep drawing cards, because they can't really do much. Unless they somehow draw a card that says, you cannot switch summon this card anymore. I use this card, Underworld Fighter, over Armoron because it's a dark, and it's a funny card to use on Call the Haunted, plus I can't afford Armoron. And Black Rose Dragon. And this deck's pretty budgeted. I'd use arm and leg to get these 2 cards, but it was worth it. I've had my TG cards for a long time since they first came out, and I'm happy Striker's back at 2. So yeah, guys, that's my deck. I don't have a side deck ready for this, but it's a pretty fun deck. I know I probably should run Effect Veiler and Max C, but I choose not to run those. But anyways, thank you all for watching. This is Gamer Couple 2010 signing out.